Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check. Check. 52's the mark. Three bucks.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I'll go special. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Check. Fresno. 36.
Now it's Wilson. And incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on their first possession. Now here's Ross. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Undercut, undercut, undercut.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Too quick, too quick.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming in to sack him, Dominique Easley. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Hey, Bulletti! Stay with your man! 19.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. Fourth down, they're going for it.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check 99. Check 99.
Bang out, bang out.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. He needed two. He only got one. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. He's got it at the 15. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 12 on the Seahawks 16-yard line.
50 seconds. Come on.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Wilson being chased out left. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
57. I don't think you got it, son.
Throwing, Dalton. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, and normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A gain of 9 brings up
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Completes it to Dixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Good job right there. Good job right there. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52.
On 3rd down, Wilson rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time.
And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't going nowhere.
Passing, it's Dalton. Rolling to his right. And caught, right side, Green. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Watch the back.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trey Flowers picks it.
Dalton's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Go 14. Ball trot. 52. Bring it. Bring it. 52's the money.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jaron Brown, as time expires in the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, can. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down, Bengals.
Lead. Check. Watch 54. Here you go. 368.
Now Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd down. Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Dalton. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back. So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Zebra. Let's go. 57. Check Mike. 57 to Mike.
To throw is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent. 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay?
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Flush to his right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Wilson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
368.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. So Dalton now. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Eyes up. Wait. Check tight. Check up. Check tight. Check up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Focus, defense, focus.
From the 16, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Dalton sets up play action. They'll let this go for the end zone. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, 44 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
He's not going to get me. 12.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score 42. Seahawks 14. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. Green with a catch left side. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Play action now. Dalton. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Steps away to it, and he's going to go down again. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Right 52, right 52. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Open man, it's Vanette. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at
I'm
the 34-yard line.
coming after you. I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Right 52. You upset? Hey,
Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Alert, 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 alert. Right 52. Hey, let's get some penalties, boys. Let's get some penalties.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Jerome Brown. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Check it. Right 52 right here.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, it's a fantastic start.